Hello, my name is Christian Gifaro. Today I'm presenting to you about the Stanford Prison Experiment, Prison, Punishment, and Policy. Yes, presented by CGJ 4497. Well, today I'm presenting you about the background of the Stanford Prison Experiment of the 1971, created by Professor Philip Sambaro. Right here, all you heard about the story of Stanford Prison where 24 students were selected in the program to be participate either as prisoners or prison guards, which apparently all the prisoners were experiencing psychological abuse and torture against by the guards. And 6 days later, Professor Sambaro shut it down after the guards were going too far against the prisoners. The reason why I presented about the SPE because it was familiar with the real life inmates who were experiencing psychological effect and trauma within the prison environment. Like like Professor Sempero's student named Greg Hensley was in conducting a research study that's related to the Stanford prison experiment. Like, for example, each of the inmates were experiencing a sign of mental illness, mass incarceration, the PTSD, and mandatory sentencing. Yes, which resulted them having psychological effect here because the prison living condition and mandatory sentence was the reason why the inmates were not receiving a special need and help within the prison environment. Okay, well, while investigating Henley's report about the SPE, like I discovered that both the inmates and the students have never received any treatment like rehabilitation nor re-entry from the prison environment because apparently, like somewhere in the mid 80s, it was created by the U.S. Criminal Justice and Prison Policy, like to reform the prisoners as a way to reduce recidivism of mass incarceration, even have them go to parole and cure them. But there was actually one problem in the next page. Like, what's not working in the prison environment, like involving the psychological effect. Yeah, like, the criminal justice failed in the last 4 decades involving their rehabilitation in the prison environment. Yeah, because apparently, for example, the prisoners were released from the prison from either serving their sentence or parole. However, it is affecting their post incarceration because they're still experiencing their psychological abuse and trauma within the prison environment. Even it's risking them having their career, finding a job, and even their family, resulting them to be reoffended and later return to the prison environment. Well, how could the prison environment could work against the psychological effect for the inmates? Well, for example, like the criminal justice should reform the prison environment by providing like both rehabilitation and reentry for the inmates to experience education, treatment, financial support, and housing for the inmates. For example, the education, like the reentry program, all the prisoners want their education for either high school or college to receive like what do they want to become in the future once they re-released, and this is their education. They're being supplied by the U.S. education and stuff. The treatment, it works against those who are experiencing psychological effect like mental illness and including drug and alcohol substance abuse. Financial support like the Bureau of Department of Justice provide help for the inmates to experience, like like if they need money to help their family, even provide a job. They're responsible to help them to get their jobs and stuff. Okay, an example of a prison reformation, the Federal Bureau of Prison. Here's why: when I was studying about the BOP, it developed help for the inmates, similar to the reentry program, by using redis reservation on their psychological effect by providing housing if if the inmates are suffering from mental condition, even from solitary confinement and physical abuse. There was no sign that the Federal Bureau of Prison never experienced any sign of torture, physical abuse from guards, even violent violence from the prisoners. It was a perfect example how all three, the juvenile detention center, the local prison, and the state prison, have failed to rehabilitate and reform the prison environment. And what do I want for the policy to recommend? Like Hensley and Sambaro wants to help prisoners, like to be human and have dignity within the prison environment by providing a, a reformation of the prison, as a way to reduce their overcrowding of the prison, to to get rid of mental illness, alcohol and drug abuse, like to reduce their psychological effect within the prison environment. And finally, with the reentry program, the prisoners should receive the treatment and the program to be released from the prison in order to provide help in the future to pay off their minimum wage within their job and help and be for supporting their family at all time. There you have it, and thank you.